Well, good morning. This is the second day of orientation. About to go to it. I thought about recording this video. Last three videos I did was kind of on the negative side. So I want to start off today with a positive side. What Merx Global is doing better. One of the things they're doing better, and one of the reasons why I picked them, was because they do pay daily. In other words, they are willing to pay you by day as opposed to cents per mile. That's what my contract is for. It's not guaranteed income. That's what you will hear with companies that are offering, some companies are offering cents per mile. Some companies don't even offer a guaranteed income. I prefer being paid a day. I'm paid an X amount every day I work. And I think that's a better way of going about it. It takes care of a lot of headaches. It eliminates them. Now, Merck Global is still paying some of their drivers, probably all of their drivers. Possibly I'm the only one that's being paid per day. But they're paying them cents per mile. And they have a good rate, basically 65 cents. And then once, I don't know what, you eventually can get up to 70 cents. I'm a hazmat driver for them. So once I have my hazmat endorsement, probably at that time I'd be getting 70 cents a mile if I was working for them, cents per mile. I won't be. Right now I'm waiting for my hazmat endorsement to come from TSA. I passed the written test. I passed, there's a written test, and then they have, you go in for your fingerprints, and now I'm waiting to hear from TSA that I passed that background check. I passed the top security background check when I was in the military because of one of the jobs I did in that. But when I was negotiating with them, when they were not actually part of my top four until I got an email from Brooks, the recruiter for Merx that got me to Merx, sent me an email where it said they're willing to pay per day. That immediately moved them up to the top four finalists, you could say. And this is a really good idea. We're paid cents per mile. If you're not moving, you're not making money. And that sucks. And it usually has nothing to do with you. You're stuck at a shipping yard. They don't care. They don't care if you're sitting out there for a long period of time. If they have a lot of trucks, you're just going to have to wait your turn. But again, if you're paid cents per mile, the longer you wait, the less you make. And this is where you hear the trucking companies and Merx Global talk about detention pay. And when does this become activated? I don't believe Merx's detention pay becomes immediately activated. I think you have to wait an hour or two and then they'll start paying you. So let's say it's 2 hours before they start paying. I think that's what Merx has. I could be wrong, but it's something like this. Not instant. They don't start paying you the moment you stop moving at a warehouse. But let's say it's 2 hours. Well, what that meant is that you gave Merx Global 2 hours of free labor. You're not making any money. Now, their counter argument can be, well, we're not making any money either. No, you are. Okay, you are. But that really ticks off a lot of drivers. It's one of the biggest considerations that drivers should look at if they're paid cents per mile. What is your detention pay? When does this activate? Do you have also layover pay? They have different names for it, but it's also like garage pay when you're in a garage for too long a period of time. When does that become activated? I don't know if Merx even has garage pay. This is a problem. When I was working for a mega carrier, I had a week where, because I was paid cents per mile, I had a week where I only cleared $268 in that week. The reason why is because I was given a junket truck. That's what new hires typically are given. a new company, and it really was a junk truck. That week, I was in and out of garages practically every day. Something was going wrong. I think at one of those times I had to be towed to a garage during that week. And thus I only made $268. I only cleared that. Oh, I was pissed. My girlfriend was saying, quit this company. Now, the nice part about it was, normally I would tell you who the trucking company is when they do it good, but I don't think it will this time. Because it did, my terminal manager, when he found out that I only made $268 that week, he gave me $500 on my company card as an apology, and as the way to make up for that. But still, it's a problem with CPM, and CPM is working its way out. Of the 4 companies I was willing to that made my final list, only one was going to pay me CPM. That was the mega carrier. It had a guaranteed minimum, and the other 3, one paid weekly, and the other 2 paid daily. And this is where the industry is going, and you should look into this. When you have that, so you don't get frustrated, you don't get angry because you're stuck at a loading dock. I'm not making money. A lot of truckers get really angry about that. But if you're paid per day or per week, doesn't matter. I'm stuck at this loading dock, still getting paid the same amount of money every day or every week. It's a really good way. Now, they do have trucking companies that says, oh, you can earn up to, and all that is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. You can earn up to, in other words, if the only ones that can do the highest pay that they talk about are people who have a dedicated route, who know it inside and out. So they know how to get the most miles, where to park, where to get into and out of shipping docks. Usually they also have hook and drop loads, and so they're not spending any time on the dock. And they have good trucks, they're not spending any time in the garage. But I doubt if they ever make it that every week. Trucks break down, even the newest trucks will break down. This is just going, right now, the industry is going to where they're guaranteeing a minimum, but more and more companies are going to just paying you per day, or per week, and that's the way to go. That's what made 3 of my 4 finalists, which companies I went to, were that way. The reason why I had that one that was paying CPM was because they guaranteed so much a week. Well, that's all I cared about then. I said, okay, I'll be making that per week. What is the minimum requirements for making that guaranteed weekly minimum? And that's what I would do. I was not trying to push myself beyond that. If I was a trucker that had guaranteed minimum, what is required for me to make that minimum, and then I'll do that. Because to go beyond that, to get the higher pay, means you're really busting your ass, and what that means is you're driving more hours, and the more you drive in a day, the more fatigue you'll get in that day, the more chances you're going to have accidents, the more times you're going to have an error, the more time you're going to make a rash judgment and jump that curb, or push your truck the way you shouldn't push your truck. The more you're going to get upset, the more you're going to have road rage. Paid per day or per weekly? What road rage? I'm stuck in this traffic. Okay, we're gonna crawl. All right, I'm paid the same whether I'm moving or not. Okay, and I do know that this is a new thing for Merx Global, because when you read their employment contract, they talk about how many miles you're supposed to do in a day. And they talk about how to get you a bonus. I have, well, my contract bonuses are meaningless because they don't have a bonus. Their bonuses are geared to how many miles you drive, and their bonus is so much more per cents per mile. Well, I don't work on cents per mile, so as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a bonus as far as driving more miles. And if they did, I don't know if it was a reasonable amount. They get a bonus, like another $100 a day. Maybe yeah, I would work harder for that. Not so sure. Again, the more you drive, the more fatigued you'll get in the day, the more you'll have accidents, make rash decisions, cut corners, etc. And literally in trucking, we're truly cutting corners. We're hitting the curbs. So I don't think that's really a positive. I'm expecting that if this becomes more standard with them, they probably will have a bonus system for those of us who are paid per day. But right now they don't, and I'm not upset about that. They also, the day I was sent, the day before I came here, was flown here, I got an email from them, and they told an even bigger amount that you can earn up to. And I divided that by 52, then divide that by 5 to work out what would be an hour daily rate for that, and it'll be more than what they're offering me. I'll talk about that when I talk about in the video that I'm going to talk about for pay. But anyways, this is want to try to keep this a little bit short because I got to take off for my second day of orientation. But this is one of the things that Merx is doing better. They're paying by day. If I was you, if I was a trucker, I'd only look at this. All companies, forget the CPM. It's dying in the industry. And you know it's dying in the industry because companies are now coming out with guaranteed weekly pay. And I think there's a flat rate pay. Can there be people that will gold brick this? Yeah, probably. There's always going to be people that are going to look at how to, game the system. But companies shouldn't structure their whole thing to fight against gold brickers. If you have a gold bricker, you'll eventually figure out who they are. But every trucker I know just wants to drive, okay? And they're not going to be driving down the highway at 50 miles per hour. The truth of the matter is that no trucker wants to go below the speed limit. And when they see that you can only go 65 when regular cars can go 70, trust me, the truckers aren't going, oh, I'm really glad I can only go 65. No, they'd rather go 70. I'll talk about how they handle their trucks are governed, but that's for another video. But they actually have better governed trucks for governed trucks with Merx. That's another thing they're doing better. But I'll talk about that in another video. Anyways, I want to get this video done so I can get ready. I'm all ready right now, but I want to get this uploaded and get on with my orientation day. I will be making videos tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload videos, not tomorrow, I mean today. I'll be making videos today, but I don't know if I'll be able to upload and release them. It all depends where I'm at tonight. I'll be on my truck at this time, and wherever I have Wi-Fi for my laptop, not my phone, I will then hopefully find something like that so I can upload the videos I recorded today. If you don't see videos tomorrow, it's simply because when I shut down for the night today, I was not around someplace like McDonald's or someplace that gives you free Wi-Fi. Anyways, this is what Merx is doing better. They pay per day. Strongly recommend you consider them because of that. This is new to them. They're going to work out I'm sure they're going to work out the bugs out of it and make it even a better program. But it was good enough for me it was one of the big reasons why I chose it. So until next video.